Hello and welcome back to sunny South Wales. Gosh, look at this. Glorious. Flipping glorious. Who would want to live anywhere else, eh? I'm very lucky. So today, I'm just going to make a quick video on some bamboo. We use a lot of it in the market garden, as you'd expect. It's just handy around the farm in general. You know, there's all sorts of uses for it that we get through. And we're lucky enough, I suppose, to have a little patch of it growing in the bottom corner of our field. Not my doing. It was our neighbour's doing, who planted it as a hedge. And it took off, and since it was never maintained, cut back over years and years, from our side, to be fair, I'm not blaming the neighbour here, it's our fault for not doing it. It's gotten really well established, actually, so there's a bamboo on tap, I guess, as much as we like, which is handy. You know, it's funny when you go to the shops, you see the price they charge for these canes. If you do any gardening, I would certainly recommend just growing a little bit of bamboo if you have use for it. Keep it in a container, planter, or even a big pot. You won't have any trouble growing it. It's easy stuff. Grows like a weed, and it's a bit like mint in that sense. And yeah, you never have to buy overpriced canes from B&M again, which is always nice. So easy to harvest, easy to dry, really simple stuff. Can't get over how nice it is today. I mean, I'm cheating, to be honest, because I've already dragged the bamboo up and do it backwards. Naughty. But it wasn't planned. I was just down there doing some strimming and thought I could use some more bamboo. Well, there we are then. I'll drag it up. Bamboo. We didn't plant this bamboo. We're here in a sort of forgotten corner of the farm, really, down in the bottom, bordering one of our neighbours. They planted this bamboo a long time ago as a sort of privacy, hedge. And because this area was forgotten about for so long, and the people who were managing the land didn't keep on top, it sort of encroached slowly into the field. Now that's, I guess, the reason a lot of people think bamboo is a bit of a scourge, really. It can be. It does spread quickly, and it is really hard to get rid of once it's established. But for us, it's great. This is a little forgotten bit of the field, not being used for anything. We don't have any immediate plans really for it. So, I mean, to be honest, there's not much we could do with this little patch. Having bamboo we can harvest is about as good as it gets. So I've cut all this down a few weeks ago and left it dry just where it lay, basically. Ideally would have dragged it out a little bit earlier, got it drying inside, but in a perfect world, I would have dragged it out a bit sooner. Got it drying inside, but just didn't get around to it, so it sat there on the floor for a while. But it started to dry a little, even though it's been quite wet. So what I'll do is I'll drag this all back up to the stables. We'll put it indoors, and we'll store it horizontally somewhere dry, and just leave it to air dry. For thick diameter bamboo, if you've ever been to Asia, you see the stuff they use for scaffolding. You want to get a bit of rebar down it, something like that, to break I don't know what they're called, but the walls at intervals, how bamboo is sectioned out into intervals. The walls that that sort of delineate that. You want to break those through so the air can travel through. But for these small ones that we're going to be using for, you know, growing peas and beans, whatever, just general structure in the market garden, there's no need. You can just store them as they are, strip the leaves off, store them horizontally, somewhere nice and dry, and 5 to 6 weeks or so, they should be good to go, good to use. There we are. I think that'll be plenty for now. Drag these up and strip them off and get them drying. Okay, so when it comes to processing the bamboo, pretty simple really. You want to cut it just above a node, the join, I think it's called a node. We'll call it a node, just above the node there. Not right in the middle, ideally. Put it in the middle, then it's more likely to fill with water and rot more quickly. I mean, not the end of the world if you do. As I say, it's if you're growing it or harvesting it from a big sward of bamboo like we got there, it's a very cheap and easy material. You don't have to worry too much about it. So I've cut off this bit. As you can see, it's quite thin, quite bendy. Snaps easy. That sort of pithy bit, even if you did dry it, wouldn't be as strong. You could probably make an argument for keeping that sort of diameter bamboo. What's that? A little bit, about pencil thickness. But you know, if you got a lot of it, then no need. I like to call it a day at about that thickness. A little bit thicker than a pencil. And then in terms of the bottom, again, more personal preference really. Ideally you want to cut just below a node or join, because the further you cut away, the more likely it is to rot. But again, doesn't really matter. So what's that? About 4 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. Yeah. So that's about a 4 foot length of bamboo. It's already dried out a bit actually, just by leaving it where I cut it. So that's about it really. As I say, very self-explanatory. It does compost. The small pithy tops that you cut off, they will compost. Can take a while, so if you're in a rush to get the compost out, then best to leave them out. But for me, I'll probably chop that into pieces and whack it in the compost. That'll be fine. For the bigger bits then, again, they will compost, but they'll take longer again. For those, I'll usually just discard them, put them in with a wood chip basically. So, where are we there? Thickness wise, it's all down to personal preference really, what you're using them for. For some people, these thicker bits would be very useful. So you cut it a bit lower. For me, my use in the garden, that's about what I want really. Maybe a bit longer ideally, but these short ones are handy too. One thing to keep in mind is to always wear gloves when you're handling the bamboo. It can be surprisingly sharp and you get some really nasty cuts from it if you don't wear gloves. So I'd suggest always wearing gloves. What we got here? There we are, chop just below the node. And then we want to remove that side shoot. Remove that side shoot. Snap them if they'll snap, cut them if they won't. And I think we can cut it off about there. You know, you see what you get in the garden centre. They go thinner than that, so that'll be fine. Again, something to think about is the thicker you go, the longer it's going to take to dry. So if you're like us and you've got a little bit of forgotten land which you can plonk some bamboo in and just harvest periodically, and it's a good thing to just do in batches. Don't forget about it, really. That's what I've been doing. I won't need to use this stuff this year, so it'll sit in the rafters of our stables there and dry in its own pace. Now ideally I want loppers to be cutting something that thick. These secateurs will do it, but push them a little bit. It's a little bit thicker than they want to be cutting. These secateurs are great actually. We got Iral brand, I'm not aware of them, but they're really good. We got a box of them in an auction. There's a local auction to us, auction house. We got a box of, it's about 40 or 50 pairs of them for about £4 because nobody else bid on the auction. So we got it for the minimum bid, which I think was £4 if I remember. So I do kind of have abuse them because I've got 39 pairs in the garage waiting to be used. It's a big one. So I don't really know a huge amount about growing bamboo actually, as it happens, because we never had to. But I know it grows in containers pretty readily. Very vigorous root system, spreading root system, spreads through the rhizomes. So I'd be very wary about planting it in open ground in your garden, unless you're really confident you're going to keep on top of it. And also I believe it has started to become an issue with mortgage lenders, in the same way that Japanese knotweed. Even though it's not nearly as bad as Japanese knotweed. I believe that mortgage lenders have started looking at that. So something to keep in mind if you're going to plant it in your garden. So you can see I was just trimming there really casually for about 5 minutes, chatting away. Well, that's what we've got out of it. Some really useful lengths of bamboo. So we've got our bamboo cut to size. What do we do now to make them useful? Well, we want to dry them. They have dried somewhat, just from where they were cut and left to dry, despite the rain. So that shows that you don't have to be all that fancy. They will dry, but to make that process a bit quicker and to hopefully come out with a straighter, more versatile bamboo, we want to dry them out properly. Now, see this rafter here? We could quite easily set up a drying rack up there to put them on if we were going to do it in any kind of serious quantity. So I've been looking around for a space that we could use in its place, and I think we're going to pop them up here. I'll just show you by spinning the camera around. There you go. So it's just the overhang. I'm not sure what the technical word for that space is. Little overhang where the roof meets the wall. What would you call that? An eave? Not sure. As you can see, this old stables is falling down, but it's still pretty dry, pretty much dry up there. And due to having no sides, it's got nice airflow. I think that'll be ideal actually to dry the bamboo out this year. So we're going to just chuck it up there, I think. Give it 5 or 6 weeks and it should be fully dry. As I say, you could use it now. It would be fine. It was dry enough. It was strong, but it's going to get better. Going to get stronger with further drying. So we'll give it 4 or 5 weeks, and by that time we'll need it down in the market garden. I got some left from last year, but could do with some more. So that'll come in really handy. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim up the rest of the bamboo and stack it up there. And well, I probably won't check in with another video on what the bamboo is like after drying, but you know, it'll be showing up in videos to come, so we'll be able to see the end result when we're tying up our peas and our beans and our tomatoes and what have you. Okay, so there we are. Hope that was interesting. Hope it was useful. Thanks for watching. See you again.